like earlier today, a memory came to me that I played Hikaru in a slow online game back in 2009. It was on ICC. It was a 15-minute game. I think they called the time control standard instead of like rapid or classical. But for some reason, Hikaru was playing slow chess back then. He played a ton on ICC, known as the Internet Chess Club. And earlier today, I found the game that I played Hikaru. He went by the username Smallville. I spent like maybe an hour earlier, like digging through. I had to log into the Internet Chess Club and try and remember my old username because I had like 5 different usernames on the site. And the username that I played him on, it was ChessDude64. It wasn't even like registered that that name existed on the Internet Chess Club. So basically, the way I found this game was I had to search through Hikaru's games and filter through the opening that I had recalled. And I remembered he played B3. I remember the first few moves too. So eventually I found the slow game he played B3, and it was against my old account name. So I'm gonna show the very first game I ever defeated Hikaru. This was back in 2009. Hikaru was, I think, still 2,700 plus, maybe reigning US champion. This is well before he started a Twitch channel. I think this is before the existence of Twitch. I should know what date or what year Twitch was founded. But I think what people maybe don't realize, especially for those that entered the chess scene in the last few years, is there's been an online chess culture well before the age of like Twitch and YouTube and like even Reddit, before chess.com too. Like Internet Chess Club was the biggest platform by far. And if I end up putting this on YouTube, I'm going to have to dig up a video clip. I have some recordings somewhere on my hard drive of one of my former coaches, Dmitry Gurevich, like talking about Hikaru and how he would play on the Internet Chess Club and like talk with his fans. And there'd be like sometimes 50 to 100 people watching.
And also remarkable story. I was giving a lesson to Gavin, Bryce, and Emily.
And Gavin was playing Nakamura.
And all of a sudden, when I was supposed to leave, Gavin says, "I'm playing Nakamura." I thought it was a joke. I thought he played the guy that says my name on ICC, but the name says my name is Nakamura. And what he was playing, Hikaru Nakamura himself. First of all, I'm very grateful to Hikaru, who plays, takes his time and plays with amateurs once in a while. Also, he has a big audience, almost 100 people were watching him on the internet, and he talks to them, explains them things, and he has his own fan club. I think it's very, very nice.
But it was a much smaller community back then. So anyway, I want to show the game. I was 15 years old. I have a picture to show. This is me playing Hikaru. Yeah, from my home back then. My mom took this picture. She saw I was playing Hikaru and thought it would be cool to photograph the moment. Yeah, I was like 15 or 16, I guess. And then there's another picture I think she took after, okay, spoiler alert, but after I won. You can see like the final endgame position. Maybe I was still playing though. Yeah, this is before I had a Twitch channel too. I would just go and play chess online and not broadcast it to anyone. Oh, thanks for complimenting my posture. Yeah, there was no Twitch chat watching to criticize or compliment my posture back then. Anyway, so this was also back during a time I didn't really have a great opening repertoire against random stuff like b3, bishop b2. So I tried to follow normal opening principles. But then after bishop b5, I just like I didn't know the best way to avoid the threat of take and take. I played the move d6, which is very passive. I think within a year or two, I learned that the best move in this position is e4 to save the pawn. But yeah, back then I played d6. I think I was rated around 2200, like FIDE or USCF, but also 2200 on ICC as well. We see Hikaru's rating. This is his online rating, so his OTB rating was much higher. But yeah, for anyone that wants like a good weapon against the Nimzo Larsen opening, e4 is really, really nice. Because you don't lose a pawn. a6 is pretty much guaranteed. And most of the time what happens, white will do something like this, take, take. You get the bishop pair. This pawn is easy to reinforce. This bishop usually comes here. It's a happy position. Anyway, for those that missed the announcement, there's a command. I'll be playing a tournament coming up that features Magnus and Hikaru. So I'm showing the only time I beat Hikaru in slower chess. So d6. I think he tried to punish me. I played this move d5, so even though I lost a tempo, I block in this bishop, prevent white from playing d5. And then we develop. I concede the bishop pair for some reason. But then it's a playable position. Going forward. Yeah, I was actually playing like decently solid moves. Like looking back, I'm not sure if there's much I would do differently here. We trade knights. And when you're playing Hikaru, you're just trying to like hold your own and not make any obvious blunders. Queen g5, keeping the pawn defended. And I just wanted to trade queens, simplify further. And this was a long game, but basically what happened is, yeah, Hikaru tried to beat me. There was a lot of grinding. I wanted to trade rooks, but he didn't want to. And then it was very, very gradual. White does have some space advantage on the queen side. So I walked my king over there. But then Hikaru starts grabbing space on the king side. So it seems like I'm about to get squeezed. But I was still patiently waiting. Discouraging b5. And eventually something happens. After a lot of non-pawn moves. We see f4. And then h5. And this looks very strong. Because he's trying to maybe create a weakness on h6. Maybe open and then play f5 and attack the pawn with the bishop. But I found counterplay. I play rook e4. And then g5. And now this pawn is maybe vulnerable. But then things get spicy. After takes, he has this pawn on the h-file, which is passed. My rook is actually stuck in the center. And then we maneuver for a while. Like I'm happy with a draw, but he doesn't want to repeat. And then yeah, eventually we trade rooks. And he's trying to win. He's trying to use this h-pawn and his 4-on-3 majority. But I have 2 passed pawns. And now we're going to see what happens. After king f4, d5, it turns into a race. e3, b5. And it turns out that black is just much ahead. Already threatening to queen. And after bishop f2, I play g4, already threatening g3. And this bishop is eyeing the h-pawn. And white's just a little bit too slow. b6, take c6, and then yeah, bishop e5, preventing c7, and then g3. It's actually kind of close towards the end. I think this, yeah, if we look at the picture and zoom in, can see around the same position. It's almost exactly 14 years ago. And yeah, the game ended after bishop c7, h7, bishop e5. Yeah, he played a few more moves. He tried bishop c3, but I took his bishop. So anyway, that was the time I beat Hikaru. I think over the course of the years, he's beaten me well over 100 times. And this game was the first of maybe 2 or 3 games I've won. I did beat him that one time on Chess, maybe once on chess.com. What happened to the Internet Chess Club? It still exists. Maybe I can log in. Hey, it's that sound that I almost never hear. I've used to be accustomed to that sound. So yeah, this was a platform. This is like the main place to play chess. And this is not a browser. This is like a downloadable. You had to download the client to log into ICC. It's called Blitzen. There's also Dasher, which is another interface. And there'd be a command line. So like you can type in commands here. So the way I found the game was I had to like type in commands like search. His name was Smallville, and then I had to search the opening code. There's these things called eco codes, which are not used as much these days. And I had to search standard. But basically, when you type the search command, it will bring up a list of games. And then I found my old account, which I almost forgot about here. Oh, I was going to show the game I played Magnus too. But that game is on YouTube for people that want to see. This is my first time showing the forgotten game against Hikaru. Yeah, I won in 69 moves. Nice.